Good afternoon, seniors. I'm Mr. Fairman. I'm the physical education teacher for grades 1 through 5. Many of you have seen me in the gym early on in the year, and I've seen many of you also. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a little adventure for physical education and for math. So today, I have a lesson for you that's going to combine running, getting some physical activity, and also a little bit of math at the end. Today we're going to take a physical education and math scavenger hunt around our house. So what are you going to need for this scavenger hunt? Well, the first thing you're going to need is your scavenger hunt sheet of paper. Now, if you don't have a printer and you can't print this off, that's okay. What you can do is just get a piece of paper and a pencil, and you can write down the different things that we're going to be searching for around our house and in our house. So a sheet of paper, either the scavenger hunt sheet or just a regular plain piece of paper and a pencil. The second thing you're going to need is a space for you to put all your different objects. For me, I'm out in my backyard right now, so I have my table all set up to put all my different items. Lastly, you're going to need somebody to time you. Okay, you're going to need your mom or your dad with a timer. Because each thing that we're going to try to get, we're only going to have 1 minute to do it. So have your parents get a timer out on their phone, some sort of timer, and they'll be able to help you with our activity. Okay, let's go over the different items that we're going to be looking for kind of throughout our backyard, front yard, and also in our house. Okay, the first item we're going to be looking for are sticks. The second item we're going to be looking for are rocks. Third item, pine cones. Fourth item, leaves. Fifth item, flower petals. Sixth item, rubber bands. Seventh item, stuffed animals. And the last item, eighth item we're going to look for are coins. Now, what happens if you can't find those within a minute? That's okay. In scavenger hunts, you don't always find all the different objects that you're looking for. And this isn't a race to see how many of each we can get. We just need to collect items so we can do our math lesson at the end of the scavenger hunt. So what's going to happen is, in a couple of seconds here, I'm going to say, ready, set, go. You're going to have a minute on the clock. You're going to race around and try to get as many of the first object that you can. When you get back, don't count them yet. Just put them on your table, put them on the deck, put them in the area that you are going to use to kind of organize all the different things that you find, and then we'll do the counting at the end. Okay? All right, let me get my timer out. Let's have everybody ready to go. So I have my timer at 1 minute. Okay? I'm going to put my sheet of paper down. I'm all set. So the first thing that we are looking for is we are going to be looking for sticks. So you're going to have 1 minute to collect as many sticks as you can. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, time is up. All right, so that was our first item. Whew, I'm a little bit winded. The second item we're going to be getting are rocks. Okay, so now as you can see, I have my sticks all organized on my table, and now we're going to go get rocks. Here we go. You got 1 minute. Set your timer. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, we're getting a lot of good exercise in. We got our rocks. As you can see, I got my rocks right on the corner there, all organized. The third item, we are going to get our pine cones. Now this might be a tough one if you don't have pine trees around your yard, but we'll see what you can do. You can run around, see what kind of trees you have. Okay, here we go. We're looking for pine cones. Set your timer. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, time's up. The next item we're going to look for are leaves. Now it's spring, the leaves haven't fallen yet, but maybe you have some leaves that are left over from when they picked them up last fall. Okay, or maybe there's a low tree that you maybe can grab a couple off of. All right, here we go. We're looking for leaves. Got 1 minute. On your mark, get set, go. Okay. All right, we just found leaves. Now what we're looking for are flower petals. Now, we're not gonna be pulling your mom's flowers or your dad's flowers, okay? But if you can grab a couple petals, if some of them have fallen down, that's what you wanna be looking for, okay? So we're looking for flower petals. We have 1 minute. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, whew. I was able to find some flower petals off of a flowering tree from last night's rain. The rain knocked down a lot of flower petals. Okay, so that kind of gets us through the outdoors. Now we're gonna have to try to find some stuff inside. Okay, so the first one we're gonna be looking for are rubber bands. So hopefully you can search around your house and try to find some sort of rubber band. On your mark, get set, go. All right, time's up on the rubber bands. Hopefully you're able to find some of those. Should be huffing and puffing a little bit now. We're about 7 minutes into our fitness, or 6 minutes into our fitness. The next one is one of my favorites. It's stuffed animals. Okay, let's see how many stuffed animals you can find around your house. On your mark, get set, go. So I don't have very many stuffed animals for me personally anymore, but I did get a new puppy, Amos, a couple months back, and he has some stuffed animals that he likes to play with, and this is one of them. So hopefully you were able to find a few stuffed animals. Okay, our last item we're looking for before we get into our counting are coins. Okay, so if you have maybe a coin jar, a little piggy bank, you don't need to get all of them, but let's see if we can grab a couple handfuls of coins, search around the house maybe, and it'll be our last object. Okay, are we ready? Mark, get set, go. Okay, so that was the first part. That was our scavenger hunt. I hope everybody had a great time running around. You should have gotten a little bit of exercise there. I know I did. And so now what we want to do is let's get on to the next part, which is working on some math. So you should have some piles of your stuff on your table like I do here. Now what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and count up the objects and then put that number in the last box on your sheet. Now if you don't have a sheet, you just write down rocks, how many, sticks, how many. Okay, let me switch my camera here so we can get down and you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so the first one is sticks. So let's go ahead and count our sticks and see how many we got and put it in the box. 1, okay, the next object, and again, this you can take your time on this one. If you need to pause the video, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, the next one is rocks. So go ahead and count my rocks, see how many I got. The next one is pine cones. Let's see how many we got. My next one is leaves. Let's see how many leaves I got. My next one is flower petals. And again, you can pause your video at any time especially if you were able to get a lot of different items. Okay, so next one is flower petals. The next one is rubber bands. My next one is stuffed animals. My puppy Amos has 4 stuffed animals right now. And then the last one is coins. Okay, so you should have a box that has some numbers in it, like mine does. So now, I was looking at what your math lessons were for last week, and I saw that you were trying to form and make some number bonds. So I thought this would be a great review and a great thing to do. So I'm going to try to make some number bonds for the number 10. Okay, so here we go. Let's see how I do. I'm going to take, and I'm going to use two different types of objects that I went and collected. Okay, so let's see if I have my rubber bands. Let's see how many rubber bands I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 rubber bands. What do I need to do to get to 10? Well, I'm going to need 2 of another object. I'm going to take 2 pine cones. 1, 2. There we go. I have a number bond getting me to 10. Let's try different items. Let's try my stuffed animals. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what am I going to need to get to 10 if I have 4 stuffed animals? Well, let's see. I'm going to need 6. So I'm going to grab 6 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've created some number bonds. Let's see how many number bonds you can create with the different objects that you have. Try to create number bond up to 10 using all the different items that you went and collected. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe you can try to make a number bond up to 20. That's up to you. I wanted to thank everybody for having me. This was so much fun. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in first grade next year. I can't wait. We'll do a lot of different activities. I hope everybody has a great summer. Stay safe and take care.